In this video, you will learn how your conference can help clean up ocean trash. I'm going to share with you 3 tips for conference organizers on how you can reduce the amount of garbage that your conference produces. Today's live stream is in support of teamseas.org. Learn more about how we're raising money to clean up 30 million pounds of trash from the oceans, rivers, and beaches by going to teamseas.org, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on as well. But we're going to share these 3 tips for conference organizers specifically. And tip number 1 is relating to the goodie bags that you often hand out to your conference attendees. The tip here is simply to reduce the number of items in your goodie bag, because that goes straight into the garbage can. At least every conference that I've organized, that I've attended rather. We'll talk more about the ones that I've organized actually at the later stage. But every conference that I've ever attended, there's a huge bag that goes straight into the hotel room garbage with these little flyers from the sponsors as well as giveaways. So try to reduce the number of giveaways, and that will help you reduce trash and also help you reduce trash in the ocean, because depending on your location, some of that will end up on the beaches, in the rivers, and in the ocean. That's why we're doing this live stream in support of Team Seas. The second tip, if you're not going to be able to reduce the number of goodies, at least make them usable. And I have an example for you here. This is the water bottle from my first ever TEDx talk when I talked about the value of talking about your failing, the value of discussing your failure. This is a water bottle, and I have it still with me. This was from 2018, but I have it because it's a water bottle and it's actually usable. So tip number 2 is that if you are going to be giving away something, make sure that it is useful and that it's something that people will actually take with them after the conference is over as well. As you saw there, I still have the water bottle with me, and there was another item from that conference that I still have, which was an exercise pad. So try to find ways of making it useful. And a great way to make it useful without creating plastic trash is to make it edible. This was one of my favorite things at the TEDx conference that I organized in 2019, is that all the speakers got a branded box of chocolates with our TEDx branding. And it was a great giveaway because they enjoyed the chocolate, plus they were also able to reduce the amount of trash. So the reason why we're talking about trash today, and the reason why I'm live streaming from the outside, is you can see I'm coming to you live from the beautiful Rhine River here in Basel, Switzerland, because we're supporting teamseas.org to help us reduce our footprint on the oceans. More about that in the link below the video. The third tip that I want to share with you relates to USB sticks, because you might be thinking that, okay, so we're not going to give them a huge brochure. Maybe we can just give them a USB stick, and that will also be something that you can actually use, right? But here's the problem. I've collected in my drawer. I collected a few USB sticks from previous conferences. Here is one from Baker McKinsey, the law firm. Here is one from Equatex, the equity plan management system. And here is one from BNP Paribas, the French bank. And you might be saying that, okay, these are actually useful, but here's the thing. If I have a drawer full of these USB sticks, and this is only a portion of it, it's trash. Like, everybody does not need 10 USB sticks. So get rid of the USB sticks, and instead, what I recommend you do, because what you want to do with the USB sticks is you want to distribute a file, right? Just give them a little piece of paper with a QR code that they can scan, and then they can actually get the files that you want to distribute them. Much better than a USB stick. Listen, I'm going to share a bonus tip with you as well. But here's what we're talking about today. We are talking about teamseas.org, where the effort is to raise $30 million to help us clean up 30 million pounds of trash from the world's rivers, beaches, and oceans. So learn more about that at teamseas.org and join #TeamSeas. And that's also the reason why I'm live streaming from the outside today. This is the This is the River Rhine, just here in Basel, Switzerland. I'm on the Swiss side. What you can see there behind me, that's actually France, and further down the river is Germany, only a couple of minutes walk from here. So we need to protect our oceans and rivers, and joining teamseas.org is a good way to do it. So check out the link to the description. So here's the bonus tip for reducing the amount of garbage that your conference produces. And that is to simply ask your attendees what they want. So you might be tempted to